Hey guys, welcome to the Cancer reading. I hope you guys are doing well today. I do feel like there's a bit of something in the air, something in the water. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with you guys. And then I have a few different decks that we can pull from. But I do have this feeling that there's a lot of things swarming right now. I know a few planets are in retrograde, and we just exited our Mercury retrograde. So let's see. Okay, there's some kind of contentment overall here. So we have the Three of Cups, the Sun, Judgment, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. Okay, and let me see if that's what's going on there. And whose energy is that? Okay. But you're still working on it. Okay. Cancer. The baseline of what I see is that there's currently someone around you who you're not sure if they're betraying you. You're not sure if they're being deceitful or if they're trying to kind of like pull one over on you. Or that's what it feels like they're doing, right? But it's hard to prove that. That energy seems to be trying to come into your space, and you seem to be pushing it away by actually cultivating some kind of a dream of a healthy, happy home, or a stable family environment that you have. So for your energy, it looks like you're rooted in kind of having this celebration, community energy where you want to be around like-minded people. You want to be around people who are celebrating something, maybe even celebrating you. This is going out and having fun, or this is welcoming fun into your environment and your spaces. This seems to make you feel good. Is this hunkering down on getting your family or home situation figured out and adding in stability into that wherever you can. I see you pushing through this other energy that kind of is like trying to creep into your space by leaning into your own personal judgment, trusting what you see is happening around you and towards you, and choosing to just go ahead with your vision, which again, it really does seem like this Four of Fire is something regarding like kids, home, stability, and kind of this continued celebration of life. Let me just pull the oracles and let's see where it goes from there, okay? Again, I've already shuffled these cards well. I'm just tarot shuffling them now because it can be quite loud on the table. Cancer, I also wonder if you guys are in a season of trying to only speak of what you're trying to cultivate, trying not to you can acknowledge that it exists by just your reaction to that energy and needing to manage your own reaction when you feel the energy is negative around you. I feel like that is your acknowledgement of this, less favorable energy around you. But I do feel like you are intentionally trying to tell yourself what you do want to do, what you do want from life, what you do like about your situation, and trying to keep it focused there. All right, at the bottom of the deck, you do have Sagittarius expand. The arrow is pulled back, it's aimed. Centaur just needs to let go and see what happens. wonder if this is kind of your letting go and seeing what happens. Is you centering back only on the things that are within your control, like your happiness, like your joy. You have ascendant entrance here. And you have South Node past. So right now you are you are juggling all of your conditioning in one hand, trying to manage that, and where you want to go in the other. There's a lot of significant awareness of the past and the future right now. That might actually pose as the challenge for you, even though it's helpful to look at that stuff when we want to, like, when we're moving through energies, when we're cultivating our vision. It can be the challenge in this spread because you have so much harmony and peace that wants to flow from you. And if it is, and these things come out, it might even feel like your own stuff is disturbing you. If you don't feel like the harmony and peace can come from you, it's almost like some more shit's got to pour out before it gets there. But you're doing all the right things that'll get you there. So it's not an obstacle you need to avoid. It's just an obstacle you need to sustain your energy through moving through. So let me pull one here. Let me pull an oracle card. I'm going to shuffle these real quick because I wasn't planning on using this deck. But hey, whatever resources are within your reach, go ahead and use them, right? Even if they kind of pop up out of nowhere. Maybe some are. Maybe that's happening for you. Maybe things are challenging in some areas, but then there's actually a random thing that can go well in that moment, despite the chaos, you know? What I'm picturing is like, maybe you're not, like if you're not getting along with someone or something, but then they bring you food and you like haven't eaten all day or something happens like that. It's kind of like, that's what it feels like, is that there's some chaos and then there's some like random relief. All right, messages for Cancer. I was going to say clear messages for Cancer, and then you have the vision quest here that just pops out. Magic. Okay, I feel like this is coming through to say you're in this space where you're valuing this harmony. You're trying not to, revert back to past habits. You're trying to move forward. It's difficult because it's just taking time and persistent energy on your behalf, and getting back up on the horse and still managing to pursue that, even if you feel like you've fallen off of it at some point. I feel like this card's coming through to just say, remember that there are things working in the background of your life that are in your favor. Things you can't see, maybe things in other states or countries. There's people rooting for you in other areas. Maybe you don't get to see them all the time. Maybe you have some people who are close to you who have passed, and you haven't been able to connect with that energy lately. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't know why that, like a basketball, like someone who plays basketball or like a coach is coming through. Maybe someone who just kind of sparks that wonder in your life. There's other people, there's other things, there's other places that are rooting for you, that are cheering on your name. And I think it is important that that we know we're not alone in our pursuit of happiness, or a pursuit of, whatever we feel drawn to in this life. I am going to read these. Actually, I'm going to save that till the end. I actually think I'm going to read Vision Quest right now. I wanted to read something from here. I'm kind of leaning more towards the South Node, but since it's not clear yet, I'm going to let it brew and I'm going to let it do its thing. And then I'm hoping it'll pop out at me at the end when I'm ready for it too, you know. So Vision Quest, look at her all lit up. You could have also just been around someone who it surprised you how much you lit up around them. Almost like it's like an unexpected person. Maybe you thought that it'd be draining. Maybe you thought that something was going to go wrong or whatever, and it just like left you feeling tingly and glowing and whatever, and kind of looking at them in a different way. In the Vision Quest, you face your fear, embrace your mortality, and then meet face to face with spirit. When we feel stagnant, a Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. I wonder if you felt a little bit stagnant in your pursuit of this happiness, your pursuit of joy or stability or whatever this is for you. I wonder if you've been feeling like you've just been holding that vibe all by yourself for kind of too long. And so now you're like, if something doesn't happen, I'm going to feel like I'm doing something wrong. Something like that, right? But it says we embrace all of these things. This is part of the path. And then after that, we meet face to face with spirit. It's not so much the things you have to endure. It's, can you endure them and get to what happens next? When we feel stagnant, a Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities life is now offering us. We remain on a Vision Quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter in our lives. Find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in a city, go for a walk in a park. If you live in the country, make sure you spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch, get away from your desk. Go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves, so set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. Spirit has been trying to contact you but received no answer. You are too busy with your life, and there is too much noise inside your head. Do not miss the call. Make room for quiet time this evening. Allow yourself to become bored for a little while, and you'll be able to hear the important message trying to get through. So, what's this message? I actually have a feeling I know what the message is, but let's see. Polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Surrounded by prosperity, your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. And then take note, your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Connect to source, go within to discover what needs to be done. Okay, so it seems like Cancer, you guys are having these little pulls to do things, and you don't feel like you have either the time, energy, or resources to do them. And it's in all those little things that Spirit connects to us. The thing is that that can be challenging if we struggle with self-care, if we put others first, if we have a reason that we need to do that. I know I struggle with that with my son a lot because he's got so many needs that it just sometimes seems like it wouldn't be right for me to take my break, or has come before mine. Like, that's a really easy thing just for me personally to get into. And I think that you might be experiencing something the same, where your energy, your attention is demanded in some place, and it is consistently demanded there. But one of the things that I think pulls us into self-care is if we know something can bloom there. Not just like it's going to feel like a waste of time, we didn't get the connection we wanted, it got cut too short, we got interrupted, or it didn't actually revive us, it didn't repair, it didn't do what we wanted it to do. Sometimes we can say, I'll let it pass then, and I'll just take the next train. What the message that I think has been trying to come to you lately is that there's all these unlucky things happening around you. There's all these things happening in your immediate environment. And sometimes that happens. It's just back to back, and it's too much. And that can especially be a time where we're pressured to ignore the smaller things that are actually keep us wanting to be here, keep us wanting to realign to a vision and feel good about that. I think that what's been happening is that you feel like it's just all draining you. It's all draining you, and that's the time to go back into your bubble again. Stay safe from the world. What the message is that's been trying to get to you, though, is that there are people waiting out there to support you. Where you go, you will find that support. It's like it's not in your immediate environment for whatever reason at this time. It's when you go out and you have this random encounter, and it's just when you do the thing that you feel pulled to do. For me, that can be even as small as like when someone is watching my son, or he's in school, going to get a coffee. I have every excuse in the book to not do it. Why am I spending the money? Why am I da-da-da? But sometimes that's the interaction. It's like where I want to go, the fact that I go and do it, that I show up for myself in even those small ways. Sometimes that's kind of where we find what's going on. I'm talking about myself a lot, and I'm going to stop doing that. What I just want to tell you is that there are encounters waiting for you out there in the great big world. You have the inclination to want to go do some things. I think that even if it's a struggle, even if it's just quick, even if it's spur of the moment, even if you got excuses, something's drawing you to get out of your home or out of your comfort zone with avoiding conflict, trying to avoid conflict. Something in the universe knows that you want peace and harmony and balance. It also sees that you want that in your home and in your relationship, and that you're not finding that right now. It still wants to give it to you. It's just the form that it's dosed in is different than the one that you're expecting it to come in. So I feel like the reading is done there. Let me open this book for just a minute and see what we got here. Okay, the situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, the origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with, your intuition. Or look again at old problems and work to heal them. The situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it, echoing traces from another time or life. An old love or familiar enemy may return, or the patterns involved could remind you of an earlier difficult chapter. If someone triggers your South Node, you may feel like you owe them or they owe you. And while that may be true, this accounting won't help now. Cleanly deal with what is on the table and stay in the present moment. Learn new ways to respond, new skills that help when old trauma is triggered or old cravings sing their siren song. Break that spell. Use breathing techniques, investigate dialectical behavior therapy, or do something unexpected just to break those patterns and give you more options here and now. Stay focused on a healthy future of your own making. The gift. Use this opportunity to heal triggers and patterns from the past. Take them as teaching moments and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build your future. And then we have Ascendant here. Okay. So check this out. The challenge of the Ascendant, the front door is only one part of the house. Be willing to look beyond appearances and into the heart, but don't count on others' abilities to do so too. Over time, your reputation is built on what you do, not how you look. So if you're like, I look like a mess, but I want to go on a walk. I look like a mess, but I want to go do this thing. Just go do it. Be yourself. Be you where you're at now. I think that one of the most important things is that you meet yourself where you're at. If you feel like that's not happening, love yourself in the way that you desire the world to, you know? So that's what I see for you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in another reading. Bye.